Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Android Canary 2606 is here, and let me tell you that this is one of the most exciting updates we had for a while because it has some really cool features that we missed for a very long time on Pixel phones. So without further ado, let's jump in. Let's start with the update size and build number. Here on my Pixel 8 Pro, the update size is 682 megabytes and the build number is ZP11.260.515.009. And now let's take a look at the new features. The first change is the lock screen shortcuts along with the fingerprint icon now adapt to your phone's color palette under the Wallpaper and Style app. For reference, here is Android 17 on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. You can see the difference between the two. We also got a couple of changes from Android 17 QPR1 Beta 3. The first change is the redesigned unlocking keypad with bigger text at the top. The empty spots don't show up unless you start typing, plus they are now bigger and centered. The second one is the updated media controls animation on the lock screen. It now slides from top to bottom instead of fading in and out. Plus, we got the new media controls of QPR1 Beta 3, which I'm gonna cover in detail in the relevant chapter. So that's it with the lock screen. Now let's talk about the blur UI. With Canary 2606, the transparency now matches Android 17 QPR1 Beta 3. And on the left, you can see a screenshot from Canary 2605. There is a big difference between the two in how they reflect what's behind. Google also fixed one of the annoying bugs of the blur UI. Previously, we used to have a big delay in blurring the background behind the power menu, which is no longer the case. Now let's talk about the Wallpaper and the Style app, which has one of the most exciting features in this update. When you look at the colors menu item, you will see a brand new icon that looks like a bubble, and instead of showing a preview of your color palette like before. So let's go inside to see what's new. First, the colors are no longer classified into wallpaper colors and other colors, but everything is listed under the same carousel. Plus, we lost the dual color options. All we have is single colors. We still have the monochrome color palette like before, but currently when you tap on any other option, you see this pencil at the top right corner, which gives you access to a brand new menu that includes 4 different styles to the color. We have natural, and this is how it looks. You'll also notice that how it circulates between different pages to give you an idea about the overall look. Then we have the soft option, we have bright, and finally bold. I personally like the bright and soft options the most, so I'm gonna pick this one. Then we have another button here at the top right corner that looks like a palette. This one will give you the flexibility to choose your own color by dragging your finger over the slider, and it will give you a real-time preview of how your home screen and the other parts of the OS will look like. But we have this bug that keeps flashing the Google search widget as far as I'm dragging the slider. So let's say you want this color, just tap on the tick button and then you can apply it like this. Overall, I'm really happy with this new change because we never had that much of flexibility with the dynamic color theming, and I'm really excited to mix and match different colors with my wallpapers. And this will take us to the Wallpapers by In-Depth Tech Reviews app that will give you access to hundreds of exclusive wallpapers, which will make your smartphone look stunning. Plus, with the new dynamic color options in Android Canary 2606, things will become even better. Plus, you have the ability to download any of these wallpapers locally on the device by tapping on the download button over here. And you can also edit the wallpaper before downloading if you want. So if you want to give it a try, check the Google Play Store download link in the description. And now let's get back to Canary 2606. Now let's talk about the new changes under the quick settings. And here I'm going to show you a killer feature in the screen recorder. This is one of the features Google announced in the I/O event. Once you choose the entire screen option, you get a brand new toggle called Show Selfie Camera. When you turn on the switch, it lights up the screen to give you more light. It activates the mic. And now you can see me in the frame without any background, which will help you record this TikTok style reaction videos. You can place yourself anywhere on the screen, and when you drag the video, it hides the screen recorder card so you can place yourself properly. Then you have the ability to choose a background color for your video. You have multiple options here. We have purple, dark blue, red, blue, green, and brown. and if you want to remove the color, you can tap on it one more time. So let's tap the start button to see what's gonna happen. You still have the ability to place yourself anywhere on the screen while recording, plus you can also activate or deactivate the background colors if you want. You can see from the video that it detects everything in the frame and removes the background in real time. And here's a quick look at the recorded video. As you see, everything happening real time. But I wish if Google can give us the option to hide these controls while recording, which will make things better. The second change is the new keyboard tile. So let me show you how it looks. Tapping on it reveals a floating card which is slightly misaligned. From here you can choose between the different keyboards you already have, plus you have the ability to tap on the settings button to add more languages. When you choose any keyboard, the next time you open the keyboard it will be already set to this language. So I'm not sure why we need something like this. You might need it to quickly add more languages using the settings button, or tap and hold on it to jump right away to the keyboard apps if you want. On top of this, we got 3 new changes from Android 17 QPR1 Beta 3. The first one is the new bouncy animation you get when you expand the quick settings and notifications shade, and here is how it looks. We also got the predictive back gesture support in both, and this is the quick settings and this is the notification shade. Lastly, we have the redesigned media controls with the new outlined media output switcher button. We also have a bigger play and pause button. But what's better in Android Canary is the animations are not broken like QPR1 Beta 3. All the animations work as expected. We also got the new carousel design if you have multiple players active at the same time. So let me play a YouTube video and then switch to audio only. And this is the redesigned carousel. This is how it looks. And you can also tap on the smaller part to switch between them. The rest of the changes I'm going to show you in this video are also part of Android 17 QPR1 Beta 3. When you go to settings, then sound and vibration, then vibration and haptics. Now you have the ability to adjust the keyboard vibration strength. The first stop is off, and then you have 3 more levels to choose from. Under System and then Keyboard, the on-screen keyboard settings page is now called Keyboard Apps, but both are exactly the same. We also got a brand new toggle here to hide the keyboard switch key from Gboard. And if you don't know the switch key, this is the one located here at the bottom right corner to quickly change the language, so you can toggle it on or off. By this, I covered all the new changes in Canary 26.06. Now let me talk about my experience with the performance and stability of this build while filming the video. To me, this build is much better when compared to Canary 26.05. Everything is snappy. I came across very minor issues. One of them is the broken animation for the power menu. As you see, the button animates in a weird way. Also, when I try to set a wallpaper using my Wallpapers app, the whole phone crashes and restarts automatically. I tried this multiple times, so once I hit the apply button, it takes a long time and then it unexpectedly restarts like this. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I was able to download the wallpaper and set it normally using Google Photos without any problem. Aside from this weird bug, everything else works as expected so far. And when it comes to my Geekbench scores, they keep getting better over time. Now I'm getting 4,246 for the multi-core and 1,746 for the single core, which is much better than the previous numbers. And when it comes to the GPU, it's about the same as before, 7,855, down from 7,934. So overall, I do recommend this build, at least based on my testing on the Pixel 8 Pro. So that's pretty much it for today. These are all the new changes I wanted to show you in Canary 26.06. Please let me know in the comments if I missed anything. But for now, thanks so much for watching and see you in the next video.